Hello everybody. Sorry if I seem a little tired. It's 2:30 and quite frankly I've been trying to make this video for a while now. I don't really have a script. I didn't really rehearse this. I'm just kind of telling you guys how I've been seeing things. So, bear with me because I might ramble a little bit. But I guess to get it out of the way and just let everybody know the actual, meat of this video, are you going to be making any more narrations or any, Ruby related content on this channel? I guess is the question that people asked me. And just to say it right out the gate, maybe not. I'm going to be honest. I think after this upload, this this channel is pretty much done for. The only other thing that I would come back to this channel for would be to to continue and finish the Princess's Rogue, because I started that fic and then never did anything afterwards. And it still bums me out to this day that it's the case. But other than that, I just don't have any drive in me to really work on anything regarding RWBY, like in terms of fan content. Like even the writings have stopped, and I always try to make some effort every year to try and write something, especially for the fall, because I want to make Halloween stuff. And even though I suck at writing horror, I still try. But the narrations didn't have the same fate. In fact, it had the opposite. And yeah, there hasn't been an upload on this channel in 5 years, and the last time I ever did anything was a stream for a one shot 4 years ago. So it goes to show you just what happened to this channel. But it just sucks to see, because then I think back on the last few years, and I've had people, show up in my Twitch chat, because outside of this, I do Twitch streams of speedruns of horror games. Well, mainly horror games, but also other games too, and LPs of games, also multiplayer stuff. Like just a little bit of variety, mainly older games and horror games. And I would always have people on either a rare or a very rare occasion come in and actually ask the question if I'm ever going to make any narrations again, or, if just the offhand comment of, "Oh man, I missed your stuff, like your fix, or just I missed your narrating and stuff." And it just sucks to always say it, because I always say like, maybe I'll try to do something, and I always either say that, or I say maybe I'm not coming back. And now is the time to finally put that to rest. It's been so long, and quite frankly, I kind of don't want this question asked anymore, because it kind of bums me out whenever I get asked it, but it happens. It's something to expect when this channel actually did better than my actual main channel, which, by the way, this wasn't even my main channel. Like, I didn't mainly make RWBY content. I made other stuff, but due to the fact that I struggle with ADHD and other stuff too. I don't want to use it as an excuse, but I don't I don't really medicate for that stuff, and quite frankly, it does butcher me a lot when it comes to just trying to push myself to make things. It almost feels like some it almost feels like some mental barrier in your mind that's just not giving you the go ahead to get to work. It just I don't know, it's hard to describe it, but it just feels that way. Like you can have the drive come up, but then for some reason that day or night, you just can't do anything. You can't start recording, you can't write a single word or anything like that, even if you probably had a lot of words in mind during the day, and then you come back and then nothing comes out. That's been the last few years, and it's been an absolute hellish nightmare to get through. And it's kind of why I kind of just devolved to just doing the stuff that I usually did at the time, even if now it just feels so garbled up, like just not much. There hasn't really been much of a uniformity to anything. It just been I've just been feeling like I've been flying by the seat of my pants this entire time. And now I'm here, and now I'm talking about a channel not being active anymore. This is the point where I kind of just had to think, especially because the last time I got told about this channel again, it was actually on my community post on my main channel. Like, it was already a while since anybody brought up the narration channel or anything, and then I get asked that, at least if anything, if you could finish the Princess's Rogue, or maybe even just have a goodbye video or something like that. Just something to let people know where you've been. And I decided to make this video. It took a few days, but here I am. I just can't make any more content regarding RWBY. Just there's no motivation to make anything there anymore. And even if there was, I just don't have the heart in me to do it. It just feels so soiled, like making stuff for this show, like as a fan, which I'm gonna be honest, I've stopped being a fan for a while now. If anything, I just check on cliff notes and stuff for the show and laugh at what stupid thing they've done, or get angered at what stupid thing they've done. The last volume was certainly that, for damn sure. But not to start ranting about RWBY, it's just that. And then of course, like, I'm not gonna talk about the RT stuff, but that did influence things too. I can't in good conscience also support RT anymore as a company. Like, I mean, I've it's been that way for a while. Like, actually, like, it's just now that I'm saying it because it's the first time I'm actually talking on this channel in years. And of course, I don't support that shit that they're doing. Like, RT has just gone to shit, and no more on that. No more on that. But that's where things have come. So, what's next? If anything, like I said at the start of this video, if there is any content to be made here, it's to finish the Princess's Rogue. And that's just to actually finish things off and not feel like a stone was left unturned when it comes to doing this video right now and saying my goodbyes. But other than that, I don't see any more content being made for this channel. The same thing for writing the RWBY fanfics now. I think I just want to move on. And rightfully so, when you don't feel motivated anymore with it. I'm not going to force myself to make more stuff and then just kind of ruin what I had here. Because even if I struggled with getting these narrations out on time after some point, I still tried my best to make them work, to do the best I could with the narrations, even if it didn't seem like anybody was listening to them or anything like that. Which it took a lot, because boy, oh boy, do I get sad easy. But anyways, from here on out, you will find me on my Twitch channel as per usual. That's what I mainly do, is I stream speedruns of mainly horror games, but sometimes stuff outside of that genre too. Mainly Outlast Trials and Resident Evil Outbreak, which I will talk about in a second, that game. But that's the stuff that I'm doing, speedrunning, and also LPs of either older titles or maybe the new stuff, maybe sometimes with friends. And then your occasional bullshit stream where where I'm messing around with my friends, or maybe sometimes with you guys, the chat, even if I'm so timid to do so. You never know who you're gonna get. But Outside of that, though, I'm also going to be trying to make content on my other YouTube channel, which is the same name, The Darkened Rose, just without the narrating for fanfics and stuff. That channel is going to be editorials of video games and also edited videos, either short ones or maybe lengthy ones that are pretty stylized, of either stream highlights or maybe just something recorded and edited in a unique way. I want to try and make some cool form content. I just don't really know what to start with yet because I got so many ideas, but some of them are kind of like, all right, take the ambition down a little bit. You gotta start somewhere. But the editorials are what I'm most excited about, and I want to mention it here because I think that would just be a good way to kind of not I'm not gonna say homage, but it's a good way to kind of spiritually leap forward from narrations because I want to talk about this game, Resident Evil Outbreak. This is the Japanese copy. I have the English copy right here. Hold on. This is the US copy. Oh my god. Did you also know you can get a ticket for it also has a ticket for Resident Evil Apocalypse? Anyways, this is a game that I found out only back in 2017, the same year that I kind of started narrating Fix. And it didn't take until like a little later, probably during 2018, that I started playing this game. But this is such a great game to play with friends, and I wanted to talk about it for a while because it's actually the least known Resident Evil game, in terms of knowledge and whatnot. And I've been doing a lot of research on it, and I'm hoping to get an editorial video out for it on its anniversary because this game is turning 20 in December for the um for the Japanese copy. That is, this game is turning 20 years old in about a few months. And the cool thing about this is that it opens up the chance to do more than just one video essay to kind of get things going. No, it's just to kind of get things going with a series of video essays, because not only do you have Outbreak, but you also have what was developed alongside Outbreak. Familiar ones like Monster Hunter, because this, alongside what is one of the more unique Capcom titles of the PS2 era, Automodelista, a cel-shaded racing simulator, more of a semi-racing simulator, honestly. But, well, arcade racer, if we're going to be honest here. That was part of a 3-game online initiative in which, because at the time they were conceiving these games, it was the late 90s, like 98, I believe, when it came to reading the research on this. And you had a lot of like top Capcom developers, especially ones from Production Studio One, which made a lot of like the real like heavy hitters of the late 90s. A lot of them came together and started talking about possibilities when it came to online, gaming, because it was so new at the time. The possibility of it, especially with the next generation of consoles, which would be the PS2, Dreamcast, Xbox, and stuff. And so they got to work on it, and these 3 games came to be. Now, of course, you don't see one of these franchises anymore. This is a dead franchise because the goal was to get 3 million copies. Well, not 3 million copies, but to get 1 million copies. And if you had 1 million copies for the project, it would continue. Now, Monster Hunter, of course, didn't really succeed here in the States. It succeeded more overseas. So they got more support over there. And that's kind of the gist of why Monster Hunter was more of an overseas franchise for a while. And of course, we got Outbreak, which is the real bread and butter of what I want to talk about, because not only did they make this, but it was a bigger game that had basically 3 games worth of content. File 2, which had more scenarios and levels and stuff alongside gameplay improvements and stuff. And then File 3, which was in production but got canceled, unfortunately, because This didn't sell that well, sadly. But my God, it is. I've been wanting to talk about this stuff for a while, and in terms of making editorials, this is the perfect chance to do so. It's gonna be rough around the edges. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be the total replacement for doing the narrations as a sort of homage or spiritual successor to doing those things, but I hope that with this stuff that I'm making, that you guys will be able to enjoy it, or even if not, that you at least know that I'm still here and I'm still going to be making stuff to make people either laugh or either get some new insight on something new and possibly something special, because other than RWBY, which my love for it fizzled out, this sort of stuff, like a game like Resident Evil Outbreak to me, which I love dearly, because even though it's unofficial servers and stuff, fan servers, this game has brought so many memories to me in times when I couldn't work on a narration. I couldn't, I just wasn't motivated, or just either was too stressed or depressed to do it, or just struggling to get through writer's block and writing stuff. This game with friends, absolute blast to play. And this was from 2003. And so that sort of stuff is partly why I want to start this sort of thing and try my hand at it and just see where it goes, because I need to start somewhere. I need to start somewhere new, and actually try and get my shit together, because it's been a pretty rough road these last few years, and the time's got to come to try something new and make one hell of a commitment for it. So even if it goes well, even if it doesn't go well, I just hope you guys are still there to support me in whatever I go and do next. But for now, I'm going to go to bed. It's almost 3 a.m. I'm cliche as it sounds, I'm emotionally exhausted talking about this. It's been hard to talk. It's been hard trying to talk about what is the end of something that was part of your life, like throughout your teen years, practically. Like I grew up like as I was doing that stuff. So to actually end it off, it's a heavy thing. So once again, for the last time, maybe, unless we're, continuing the princess's rogue, but in case it is the last time, I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. And as always, stay classy. And I hope to see you guys either on the Twitch channel, which when this video comes up, I'll probably be streaming I'll probably be streaming. You could probably talk about the heydays, of RWBY, or maybe the narrations, maybe some other stuff. Fuck. I don't know. But it's a new start. It's the start of something new. And I really want to commit to this. I don't want this one to be like all the other stuff in which I just procrastinate and get real depressed about it. I just don't want that stuff to happen again. I just want to make something special for people like I did before. All right. Y'all have a good night. And sorry for talking your ear off for 20 minutes. I promise you this was supposed to be 10 minutes long, but I just couldn't put everything that I wanted to say. Even if I rambled on for a while, I just couldn't make it 10 minutes long. All right. Take care.